Ladies and gentlemen, be broken. Greetings and a good evening. Welcome to the Atarangi. Today we will be playing tag in, well, Gotham City. Well, this section of it at least. We are not allowed to cross water. These are our items. This is a grappling hook. We can chuck bricks. And this food makes us glow.
I love how we can actually tag each other by just tossing a brick in your face.
You need to damage each other to tag.
I think buddy just, he isn't.
No, you can't leave yet, simply we didn't start yet. We will also be reviewing Batman The Dark Knight. We don't feel like doing spoiler free, so here's the scoring sheet.
We changed it, don't worry about it, does that all the time.
I'm just...
Hoo! Ha! Look out!
If you need an explanation for the scoring sheet, since it has changed, Kowalski will provide you with a timestamp. Simli, where are you at? There you are.
We are on the roof.
So let's quickly go over the rules one more time. Tagging is done by arrowing, punching or bricking people. If you are not it for too long, you wear a sombrero. I will wear one anyway, because I think it's funny. Alright? And we will talk about the movie. Simli is it? Let's go. Simli, you stay on this route.
5. I don't know how long I have to wait here.
Don't count.
Just wait. Like you can come by tomorrow or something.
So this is a bit more of a dark Batman movie. It's a set of 2 movies, but it's the same movie. And it has a lot of like political stuff to say, and a lot of opinions, so we'll go over some of those as well. But first things first, general impressions of the movie. How do you guys like it?
I liked it.
I mean, it was pretty much my first Batman movie. So, like, it was definitely different, but, like, from what I knew about Batman, this is kind of not what I was expecting.
What were you expecting?
But yeah, what were you expecting, buddy?
You can start going soon.
Okay, cool.
Just like, you know, action, beating up the bad guys.
Well, there's also
There's a lot of that in this movie.
Yeah, but I wasn't expecting, like, all of the gangs and stuff.
Oh, that's Gotham in a nutshell.
Hi, buddy.
I just stabbed out of my game. Yo,
Like,
game,
did you
come
jump?
back.
Did you jump and do that?
Nah, I forgot to lock myself to my one computer.
Why are you still there, Simli?
Because my ender pearl doesn't go off.
Yeah, ender pearls don't really work. What? Electra!
thing.
Simli does. You can't chuck it more than a few chunks, because then it goes out of render distance.
But yeah, no, I was expecting like I didn't expect the gangs and stuff, which that was a surprise to me. The Batmobile also looked very different. You know, I'm used to, I think it's Arkham Knight Batmobile. You know, with the big wheels and the one that they have in GTA, basically. So I'm used to that.
The car with the rocket booster in the back is also a Batmobile.
Technically, yeah, but
The long car. Right.
dang it, he shot me.
Grandpa. Bishami.
Indeed.
Salami.
Wasami.
Where did you go?
I used an ender.
Buddy died.
Get duked, buddy.
I apparently hit the floor and died.
I'm stuck in the ceiling.
That part of town is where I need to be. But yeah, no, like I was expecting something completely different.
This is basically Batman. It's just a bit extreme Batman.
But yeah, I really liked it. One of the things that I really liked as well was the newscasts, because
Gosh, the newscasts are great.
it really breaks up the story and like is a nice transition between segments, I guess, between parts. Yeah, it was fun.
I like the future.
It was also like a nice way to like get a bit of a world building look. But like how
Also nicely gives you the public opinions.
Yeah. Yeah, that's also really nice.
I really like the future slang.
That's a lot of fun as well.
Yeah, I mean, using words like nasty. I mean, we use nasty as well. But using words like Billy, slice of dices.
If you're wondering why I just
Spud.
TP'd too simply, I was stuck in the wall. I was not taking damage, I was just stuck in the wall.
You would always
I was
look in the
assuming
wall.
so.
You got me.
I'm out of here.
You took so many bricks to actually get me there.
Yes. I do not know how to break.
Remember, you're not allowed to stay in one place for too long. Too long. It's been too long. Not fair, my bow doesn't reach that high.
Don't clap.
It's,
I have
it's,
the high ground.
this movie definitely has some serious scenes. One of them that stands out is the one where he tells the general that his career it's a nice way to end his career.
Ow!
After selling-
I'm it! Why did
So
my
is
alarm
it?
break?
After selling the guns to, I think, who was it that they were
mutants.
selling? guns
Nice
to?
way to end your
The mutants?
career, General.
Yeah, that's why the
Um,
mutants had all of the guns in the junkyard.
Yeah, so like that's an interesting scene to me because Batman just walks away and you just hear the gunshot go off in the distance, and so you like know what choice he made,
Yeah.
You made the choice.
which that was a pretty interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a second.
Another interesting one was you and me both. After the nothing can change what I am from Two-Face.
Yeah, the interesting thing with Batman is that he's very different from other superheroes. Like with superheroes, the hero is a mask. Like Hal Jordan is Green Lantern.
Ah, damn
like-
it, I didn't.
Clark Kent is Superman. With Batman, it's reverse. Batman is Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne is not Batman. Bruce Wayne is the mask. Batman is the real guy.
Actually, pretty funny.
Which is why he's basically just trying to die in the first bit of the movie.
Yeah.
Because, like, he's already dead. Batman's gone. He's just like the shell of a man trying to exist. Oof! I'm it.
Indeed, you're it.
I am so low on health.
Yeah, same.
Yes.
You will
we
not
have
be
bad
able
food.
to even tag me. I will just die.
Yo! If I tag you, you are it.
If you
Then
die,
you
you're
have
also
to find me first.
I don't need to find you. Klaus has to find you.
Same difference.
I just clipped
Spud.
two. Spud. Ow! I'm hit again! Where did it just respawn?
You don't always respawn in the same area.
Yeah.
I respawned at like some sinister docks or something.
Ah.
Now, these are my favorite Batman movies, in general. And they also started a lot of trends, I'll get back to that later. But first, what's your guys' thoughts on Batman as a character in these movies?
If you know Batman lore, you know like a few things, and you see like this and that, and you see like, yes, this is a really old Batman.
I'm
Or-
stuck. Thanks for unstucking me.
You're no longer stuck.
Indeed.
That's good. This is old Batman. And they hint at several things in the movie. Like, there's not one reason why he stopped being Batman in this setting. Because they hint at him having become too old and just stopping by himself. But also he was partially forced by Superman. Also, Robin died, which was part of him stopping. One of the Robins, there's two of them. So there was lots of things that stopped him, but he can't stay away from it. the more he hears about the crime, which was increasing at the time at the start of this movie, the more he kind of starts losing his mind because he can't do what he needs to do. Like, at some points in this movie series...
I made Simli kill himself.
No, buddy. I killed. I ended the pearls away again because I was like trying to get him. Then I saw Jan want to punch him because I knew like, yeah, my ender pearls are going to do that. Then I went up against the building. My elytra just didn't work anymore. I died.
So at some points in this movie, Batman is like hallucinating, even.
Yeah.
Especially at the start.
Yeah, when he watches the movie that his parents died at.
Yeah, and also at other points, but we'll get to that in a bit. But another interesting bit here with this version of Batman is he regains his strength over time.
Yeah, that was
like at first he struggles to climb a rope, and near the end he's fist fighting Superman.
Indeed.
I mean, he's fist fighting Superman after cheating with kryptonite, but yes.
Well,
and having already been nuked.
What do you mean cheating with kryptonite?
Superman is cheating with superpower.
Indeed, buddy.
True.
And you also see him fight the mutant leader. But that's because he's just getting back into being Batman. In the comics, he also narrates like, my everything I'm doing right now, when he first starts being Batman again, it's like swings around the city. He says, everything I'm doing right now should be hurting. My body should feel like agony. But I have not felt this good in years. Because he has to be Batman. He cannot.
Yeah.
And near the end, he finds a way to not be Batman.
By teaching
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Because he did lose himself, so...
Yeah. He lost. The Joker wins in the second movie.
Yeah, the Joker wins.
Because the Joker's goal is never to survive. So that doesn't matter if he dies or not.
I like that actually about the Joker.
The Joker's goal is to snap a superhero into being a supervillain. Or to snap a superhero so they can't live with each other. Or themselves. You missed.
I know I miss.
You missed again.
There's a high possibility that I'm missing.
You missed again. You missed again.
Timmy, stop missing.
And then you fired, and then you missed. And then you fired, and then you missed. You missed both times. You're about as accurate with a gun as Batman in the scene where he tries to use the handgun.
Pretty much, yeah.
Because Batman doesn't use guns. In fact, he hates guns.
Indeed.
Yeah. Another thing that I really like is going back towards the newscasts. They also have like the Batman opinion thingy going on, which is also really cool. Because you know that's stuff they would actually send out.
Yeah, they really keep you up to date with what the general public thinks about Batman.
Yeah.
And most people seem to like it.
There is a couple of things that I wish they had done differently.
Example?
One of them being the fact that the voice actor for our main man, the Joker, kind of sounds like he's from like a bad English dub, which is sad.
He's passable though. He's not the...
It's passable, but it's not the greatest.
This version of Joker does bring up a lot of things that happen in future Joker things. Like he originates the killing people at a talk show that's in the most recent Joker film. And he does a lot of other things that like other Jokers haven't done before. That became popular after. I don't think we're gonna talk much about the new Robin joining in.
Yeah, like,
Because
one,
like
one
she's
thing
just
I
kind of
want
there.
to
She doesn't
tell
actually
about
do
her,
much.
like, the moment she rolled out of the alley. Was,
I mean,
like, pretty funny.
she's just learning how to Joker. How to Robin.
Joker. I sure hope not.
I mean, maybe. Maybe.
I've not seen Barry in ages.
Yeah, it's so weird.
You can break me.
I break the age.
I think you broke a window.
Yeah, I broke some glass. On the
Wait, you can
helicopter.
break window with bricks?
Yeah.
That's funny.
What else would you use chucking bricks for?
Yeah, buddy.
I'm stuck in a tree! Right, I'm out.
Okay, let's see. Can I find somewhere?
There's a lot of trees around, so it's not gonna help.
Yeah, no. I was going to say, see if I can find
A bolt.
Barry.
At the beginning of the movie, I did find that the cars in the race, they kind of look like they were just sliding.
Yeah. But they're mainly there, like, the race isn't the focus. The main point there is that Batman is being reckless.
Mm-hmm. He's trying off himself.
He says at the end, to skip to the end for a bit, he says, I spent decades looking for a good death. This will be a good life.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
The best voice actor, like best fitting for his role, in my opinion, for this movie is Jim Gordon.
Haha! Gotcha!
I think Jim Gordon, Commissioner Gordon, has the best voice actor, like best fitting one.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, that voice actor is pretty good.
Batman is plenty good as well, but it's hard to replace Kevin Conroy,
I was on the wrong side of.
which is Batman's usual voice actor in animated stuff.
I really wonder where Barry is.
I am
He's
on the
on top
Wayne
of
building.
Wayne.
Ah, I see.
Oh, I almost air sniped you.
Kon air snipe Barry.
Cindy, you're not him.
I don't care. It's what
You're
makes
not
it
him.
fun.
Nice interval.
Dang it!
We both shot him.
I love
That's
that.
why I died!
I mean, that does mean that we don't know where you're coming from, though. Nah, Commissioner Gordon's a lot of fun. And speaking of Commissioner Gordon, what do you guys think of his little speech about people being too big to judge the morals from?
It's like.
He's right.
Yeah, sounds like what he has learned over the years about Batman.
Because his example is
Yo,
Teddy.
Angelo!
No, his example is not Angelo. His example is Teddy Roosevelt, who probably, IRL, knew about Pearl Harbor before it happened.
Yeah.
And the thing that's too hard to judge is if it was worth getting into the war or not for Jim Gordon. Yeah, it's a big point here with like, it's too big to judge with Batman. The things Batman does are too hard to judge for most people.
I have just made the tallest building on the map taller.
So, realistically speaking, what do you guys think about that philosophy?
Yeah, there's some true about some people, I think.
Because how do you identify such a person that's too big?
If they got like a very big following, like some pop stars.
Or Vladimir Putin? Or Trump? Are those people morally too big to be able to be judged? I don't think so. about you guys?
Everybody in the end can be judged.
Yeah, obviously. But is there a point to Commissioner Gordon's thing here?
I think there is
I mean, there
somewhere a
is.
point.
Yes.
It definitely is, especially in this movie, because at
It's
the end of
true
the
for
movie,
Batman, but is it possible to be true IRL?
I mean, maybe.
Interesting. Alright. How do you keep missing me with all that stuff?
I'm just grappling with the buildings.
I suck at aiming, okay?
Oh, it's Barry it? I thought it was Cindy.
You've gotten away this time!
I'm gonna steal a quote from another review. Kowalski give credit. In the course of these two movies, we see an old man go from fighting a rope to fighting Ronald Reagan. So let's get into that.
Mr. President!
So Ronald Reagan, just like IRL, is kind of like a lame guy who is more interested in, well, the interests of the government than in freedom or the people.
Indeed.
He also has Superman on his side, which is a shame.
Yeah, super simp. It's a shame.
So that's not totally in character for Superman, but it's also not totally out of character.
Like, Superman, as I recall, mostly of the time, like, it's with the government.
Yeah, well, he's not with the government, because he's usually secret. In fact, usually the government is trying to kill him. Like a secret branch of the government. But the usual thing with Superman is he follows the rules. Superman's logic is usually this is their world, it's their rules.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Superman is like an alien.
Yeah, Superman is an alien.
He should be it.
Who is it actually now?
Barry, I think.
That would be me still. Dang it.
Was that dinged at me? Because I just jumped off of a building.
I managed to glitch through a building, don't worry about it. Does that all the time.
Watch out, somebody is chasing you. So, first thoughts about Superman.
I mean, I was like, oh, Superman, this is going to become interesting. Because I knew as I was like, okay, Superman, so he is going to be like, part, ow, I'm it.
He's gonna be what? He's gonna be?
He's going to be part of the conflict.
Mm-hmm. By the way, this story actually started Batman v Superman. There wasn't like a common thing.
I like it though.
Mm-hmm. It's like the peak of humanity against the peak of superpowers. Oops, I went out of the player.
Yeah, that happens to me.
I rubber banded. I think.
Not much you can do about that. I am probably going to be it again.
Ow.
I just saw Barry move past. Barry is it?
What is it?
I love the way that Batman swings around in the first movie with the like police cars and stuff. On the like.
Oh yeah, the bank police chase.
Yeah.
I love how he saves the police officer as well.
Yeah. I like the criminal going. Like getting scared because Batman is making noise and he didn't used to do that.
I mean, that would be scary.
Okay, I'm back. There was some noise. They were talking against me, so I wasn't really listening what was said.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yes.
Don't worry about it. So Batman starts cleaning up Gotham, as that's his job, obviously. But it's a bit of an embarrassment for the government. And Ronald Reagan doesn't like that, so he sends Superman to go talk to Batman. And they do kind of just talk. What I like about Superman in this movie is he tries his very best to give Batman every opportunity to cancel the fight. Like, he tries so hard to not have to fight Batman.
Yeah,
With
but
the-
Batman doesn't want to because he wants to die.
No, he doesn't want to die at that point. He wants to prove a point.
What's the point?
Which is funny because that's actually also what the Joker usually wants to do. He wants to prove a point. So at the end, Superman has to stop a nuke. He gets nuked, so he loses a lot of strength. It also EMPs Gotham, and Gotham goes into disarray. The
Indeed.
previously defeated mutants, as we mentioned, some of them are loyal to Batman. And they...
The sons of Batman.
Gosh.
I love how
And
they just started the Sons of Batman.
Yeah, and without Batman. And they, who's it actually?
That
Right.
would be me.
That will be Mr. That will
That would
oh,
be-
okay.
That would be the guy who cannot.
I bricked Simile and made him think he was it for a second.
Yeah, and then I turned it out and I saw Klaus. I was
Nah, so those guys start
Seems
prepping
like
to
a
take
perfect
over
place to make
Gotham.
one of these.
So those guys start prepping to take over Gotham whilst the power is down. And Batman kind of stops them, tells them to not use guns because it makes it too easy to kill somebody. And he starts making people work together to fix up the city. But this obviously makes Gotham the only city in America that's not completely in riots after the EMP. Which is even more of an embarrassment to Reagan, so now Superman has to actually fight Batman.
I love how he like this is the best like representation of even the modern America. But like,
I'm suing.
good luck with that. Well, that, but also just the president, you know, like just being a dumbass.
Probably unpopular opinion. I think Gotham had a great mayor before he got killed by the mutant guy.
Yeah.
Most people are gonna be like, weak mayor, not good. In my opinion, that's one of the best mayors I have ever seen.
That's
You
like
thought
the
I was gonna
second
keep
best
running
mayor
that?
I ever seen Gotham having.
Yeah, because the main thing about that mayor is he's actually democratic. He waits for the public opinion on every choice. Like, he polls the public for everything to make sure that he's actually doing what the people want instead of what he wants.
Indeed.
Even down to when the people have decided he needs to face negotiate with the mutant leader, he does that, even if he's scared senseless of it. Which, in my opinion, makes him the best mayor that I've ever seen in anything. Like, for a democratic system, that's the best guy.
Yeah, that's the best guy, but you know what the best mayor I've ever seen Gotham has?
The Joker.
Indeed.
The Joker has been Gotham's mayor on several occasions.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Speaking of the Joker, he dies in this movie.
Indeed.
So the Joker is basically inactive whilst Batman doesn't exist, because he doesn't have a reason to live without Batman. Neither does Bruce Wayne, which again, they're mirrors of each other. But when Batman starts being active again, so does the Joker, where he does the Joaquin Phoenix thing of killing the talk show. after that, he goes to an amusement park where fights ensue. And he actually kind of freaks out when Batman just straight up batarangs him in the eye.
I mean, wouldn't you?
Well, obviously, but he doesn't freak out in fear. His response, like word for word, is, "Are you out of your mind?" Because he's not used to Batman actually, like, actively trying to take somebody down aggressively like that.
I love how the arrows just disappear like 4 meters in front of you.
Yeah, of course.
That makes this a whole lot hard. Because I can't see where I'm shooting.
You sure can't. Oh, hi, Barry. Oh, bye, Barry.
I'm going to put one here. This feels like a good location to put one.
Yo, Angelo!
Yo, Angelo!
So, eventually Batman breaks the Joker's neck in a loft tunnel, which is makes a lot of sense. With Batman,
Yeah, that
though.
place makes a lot of sense.
It makes a lot of sense for the last show-off between the Joker and Batman to be in a loft tunnel.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a love-hate relationship.
Yeah,
So.
they're basically the same thing. The Joker also in this movie talks as if they are in a relationship like that. Which is also pretty fun. But Barry is it again. You're
The sound effects of this movie are also really good. Like the fighting sound, the guns especially, like they sound pretty good.
Real quick though, so what I was getting at with that. So when the Joker dies, there's a scene after where the Joker breaks his own neck again. So in my interpretation, everything after Batman snaps his neck is an illusion of Batman trying to like protect himself.
Yeah.
I don't think the Joker survived the first neck break. I think everything is just Batman.
I found Ace.
Batman envisioning what the Joker would say. You found Ace?
Yeah, I found
Like-
something named Ace.
There's a Batman character called Ace.
I was just letting myself go.
It's Lucas Buddy. There's a Batman character called Ace.
Ah, no, it's just on the
but-
side of a truck.
But are his fists made out of fire?
No, she's a little girl who has psychic superpowers that's taken into a government program and tortured to get her powers till the point that she's about to die like any moment.
Just like I did.
Gosh. Your course stayed on the ground weirdly long.
Indeed.
Nah, in the story where she does that, Batman is ordered to like take her down because her power allows her to just absorb the entire city with her when she dies. So Batman is sent by the government people that did that to her to take her down. And you know what he does?
I know what he does.
He lets
because
her
I've seen
live.
it.
No, she's gonna die. She can't. It can't be stopped. She's dying from overuse of her powers. But he sits on a swing set next to her and keeps her company while she's dying. That's what Batman does. Because if there's anything that Batman understands, it's a lonely, scared child. Because that's what he is. Like, he never grew up. He never got over being that child in Crime Alley crying over his parents.
Indeed. Because the only thing Batman always have in his mind is the scene of his parents dying over and over and over and over and over
And again!
and again.
Alright, so, let's go back to the Superman fight.
Damn it, Simli.
The
I almost had you.
The
Yeah,
Superman
you almost
fight
had me.
is more about Batman getting through to Clark that that he's not doing the right thing right now. Clark is. It's not actually about beating Superman. It's about beating some sense into him.
Mm-hmm.
I also like
Yeah.
I like that even mid-fight, Superman is more concerned about Bruce Wayne's heart being weak than actual fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the point. Superman is supposed to be one of the friendliest, most compassionate people around.
But he isn't.
No, he is.
Because
He's
he
just
was a government lapdog.
yeah, but that's
Government
because he
lapdogs are
has
shit.
that's because he has given up, just like all of Gotham has. And Batman is basically shaking everyone awake and giving them hope again. And he's doing the same thing for Superman. No, buddy. No.
How does this keep happening?
How did this happen?
How could this keep happening to me? I made my mistake.
How did you get like 27 syllables in that first part?
Nobody.
Bro, that hit you! There's no way that didn't!
It didn't. I took no damage, buddy.
I pressed it at exactly the right time. No, you didn't.
God damn it! Yo, can I borrow some bricks from someone? My arrows are faulty.
Speaking of arrows, green arrows in this movie.
Oh, easy.
I smacked my face into the roller coaster.
What do you mean, easy, simply?
I don't remember seeing him. What?
So Green Arrow is the one-armed old man.
Oh.
Green Arrow is the one shooting that kryptonite, you dumbass.
Oh, I just didn't realize it. Damn.
He's the one shooting the Green Arrow.
Like, I only recognize Green Arrow while he's in his outfit.
Yeah. So Green Arrow.
I thought that like he was like a damn random like mercenary type of dude.
Nah, Green Arrow is like a happier Batman in most settings. As in, like, he's still secret identity, he's still a regular guy sneaking around. But he's like a lot more friendly than Batman is. Batman is like dark and brooding. But this Green Arrow is also dark and brooding because they ripped his arm off to force him to stop. And then they locked him up in a prison. He escaped, and because they can't admit he exists anymore, because they claim they killed him, it's harder to stop him because they can't say that he exists. And Batman basically does the same thing. He fakes his death against Superman, so the government claims we got rid of Batman. And then he opens basically the Batman army. Like by going underground and mentoring new people who want to be Batman.
No, I would say he opens the Batman boarding school.
Batman boarding school of... I don't know.
Of boards.
Oh yeah! Break that window.
There's
I'll just break the window.
I just broke like 8 glass blocks with one brick.
Nice. I like to just like run somewhere
Yeah.
past it and like...
Barry's just chain dying at this point.
yeah. And he
Yeah, I
didn't...
suck at Minecraft.
No, you just suck at talking and doing this at the same time, buddy. Ow, I've been hit by.
The beginning part, after the racing team.
Yeah. Where he
there's
talks
a
to
part-
Jim Gordon? Because
no,
that's immediately after the race. He's like in a thing where he talks to Gordon.
It's where he's walking down the street, and he feels that heavy beat. But like he's walking down the street and he's like the mutants, like right before the mutants attack him.
Why are these arrows not hitting?
But I'm
no
telling you, the
idea why.
arrows are faulty. They're not working.
Sometimes they work.
But the fun thing about that scene
Come
is
on,
kind of reminds me
Klaus.
of The Fall, because it like looks like it's 2D,
Come on,
but it
Klaus.
looks like there's 3D to it.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a pretty funky scene.
Simly and I are just dueling each other. Alright, I'm it.
I was so long on half a heart.
Thanks, guys.
I hit you so many times on my screen.
Yeah.
You're gonna see it in the video, it's hilarious.
Like, the lag on this server is unreal, and that's stupid because we have 20 gigs of RAM.
We have so much detonated web.
We have so much detonated wham. And the system is by all means not bad.
Batman makes a bit of a weird choice in how he adds the new Robin. Where is it?
Nobody.
I just punched him.
Yeah. I saw it happening.
So, because she's kinda like not qualified.
Yeah.
Outside of like
Sideways.
epically side flipping out of an alley and going, "Wah! Watch out!" She doesn't really have any skills.
I'm trying
Yeah.
to make an honest living here. Stay out of my business.
I like that though.
Like, I think like her best skill is like her critical thinking, maybe.
Now the
Like,
thing that
when
Batman
not to
looks
follow
for,
orders and when to follow orders.
yeah, the thing that Batman looks for is a child with like that wants to have hope but doesn't.
Ow! I've been hit by
I
a
actually
smooth
arrowed
bodiness.
someone.
What, Barry?
I actually arrowed someone.
Nice.
Let me just
No,
restock quickly.
I've also been.
You're not allowed to do that.
I'm switching elytras before this one breaks.
You're not allowed to. You're not allowed to restock your items in creative mode.
What do you mean I'm not
I
allowed
haven't
to do that?
restocked my items even once.
I've been out of bricks for 3 hours, and I have
Oh.
3 fireworks left.
I'm only like restocking like fireworks.
Don't restock.
Yeah, but that's not
fireworks.
allowed.
No restocking.
No restocking.
Okay, cool. Then I will just like
You cheater!
then I have just this,
Otherwise, the game would be easy.
this, and
Actually, I have a fun idea.
yeah, this will be it.
Barry, this is a kaiju movie now.
The what?
Buddy,
This is a kaiju movie now.
buddy,
Why?
raw, raw.
Oh no!
Wait. I can make this more funnier. Give me a moment.
So anything else about this movie?
Let me take this note.
Other than the fact that Batman.
Actually, yeah, let's do this as the final thing before we go into the scoring sheet, unless somebody else has something. So Barry, first Batman experience, what's actually your opinion on the franchise of Batman right now?
It's pretty interesting.
I think it's a lot more interesting than you thought it would be.
Yes. 100%.
Cannot go everywhere.
I'm on the blimp. Because I'm placing a Yo Angelo on the blimp.
I can almost jump onto the blimp.
So anything else before we move on to the
I'm
scoring sheet?
lagging so hard.
You can stay on the blimp, by the way.
You are huge. Yeah, no, I just delivered the Yo Angelo there because I felt like doing that.
I'll shrink you down a bit so you have some more room.
No, don't shrink me down. This is funny.
The server is lagging so hard.
It sure is. Welcome to this kaiju movie. By the way, simply your reach is also increased. You can punch us from like miles away.
To those wondering why I know so well what the server is built out of, I am running.
He's
Of
walking.
course you're
it.
running it.
You're not running it. Look at the leg. You're walking it.
It's yeah, pretty much.
Oh, you're
The reason
crawling
why
it.
it's so laggy is because we decided to be lazy and we're just running the mods from our mobile server
Yeah.
as well.
Alright, so right now we'll just have Simli
I
as a
think that like contributes like not to like but like makes it like less laggy.
We'll have
Okay.
Kaiju Simli in the background now whilst we transition into the scoring sheet. That brings us to the scoring screen. Simli won't be here because he's being a kaiju in the background. It's a new scoring screen, so let's go over what all of the new stuff means, shall we? As always, our grading colors on the side, they're unchanged. We've got world building, unchanged, acting, unchanged.
I'm pretty sure story got changed. I think story used to have separate chapters, but we just mixed it all together.
Yes, story used to have separate chapters. We combined that. A bunch of stuff changed. sound is a category now, which is split into the music, the background sound, and how well the movie is mixed. As in, can you understand what the characters are saying over the music or sound effects? Are the sound effects too loud? Stuff like that. Then we've got set design, which comes...
I specifically like BGS, which clearly stands for Big Game Sounds.
Obviously.
And for nothing else. No, it's the background sounds, so that's just the sound effects, if you're wondering.
We've also got set design going into a small triangle, and that's divided into props, which are vehicles, mech suits, and items that the characters might hold.
Or that are just in the set.
Obviously.
You know, a cup of coffee on a table, that's a prop.
Indeed. We've got architecture, which speaks for itself, and we've got environment, which is everything that's not architecture.
We've got architecture, which is buildings and stuff, and then we've got not architecture.
Exactly. And I think characters has remained unchanged, being split into the role they play in the movie, the designs they have, and their personalities.
That one is indeed unchanged. We also still have visuals, but we decided to divide that into style, quality, and consistency, which should speak for itself.
Yosh. We've got a little novelty checkbox there. That will be colored in green when we feel a movie has a special X factor that makes it unique. Then we've got our good old brow meter on the bottom, going from highbrow to lowbrow. If you don't know what that means, ask your local movie critic.
The novelty checkbox, like an example where we could have used that, would be the first Spider-Verse movie.
Gosh. Indeed.
Because they did something very different than what normally gets done. Well, God.
I think that does it for the explanation. Let's get into the actual explanations of our scores here.
Yes. The music was pretty good.
The music was pretty good. It's scored by Kowalski. Who's this scored by? Yeah. The background sounds Barry called out multiple times that are really good. The punches, the walking, the gunshots, they're all really good.
Engine noise, background sound.
Yosh. And the mix is pretty much flawless. You can understand everything that goes on.
Yeah. Which is pretty hard to do, I think.
It's not easy. Let's rotato down into the set design.
There were props.
There were props. There was architecture, and it's a pretty good rendition of Gotham City. And there were two environments, a farm and a sunflower field. So this goes on too high, but they're fine.
There's another environment which I do want to call out, and that's the trash heap.
Junkyard.
I guess you can call it the junkyard. That one is actually, not gonna lie, better than the nature environment.
It's more important to the story as well.
Yeah, but that one is also like a little more impressive.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I forgot about the nature environments and I straight up just thought about that one.
That's fair. Next up is the story. There's lots of stuff going on in this story. Obviously, there's two movies here. We've got Batman rising back up to the occasion of being Batman. We've got also Batman needing to accept that he can't keep doing this on his own. We've also got anti-government stuff. We've got people needing to step up to protect their communities. All stuff like that.
We've got the government needing to step up for their own interests.
I mean freedom, I mean their own interests. But it seems like a lot, but it's all told pretty well, so it gets a high score.
Yeah, for the amount of points that they go over, the story is told really well. Which can't be said for the acting. There's a couple of standout actors.
Yosh.
You know,
obviously Batman, and Jim Gordon is excellent.
Yeah. Most of the other characters are okay.
Yeah,
and
they're
then
fine.
There's characters like the Joker and Two-Face.
Mm-hmm.
They've got their good moments, but they've also got their moments where they really do sound like it's just like an English dub.
For Two-Face, it's mainly when he is Harvey Dent that it doesn't sound right. Two-Face actually acts pretty well, but Harvey Dent leaves some to be desired.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Harvey Dent, let's go into characters.
each character plays their role pretty well,
Josh.
I would say.
Harvey Dent mirrors Batman's inability of getting out of what he does. We've got the mutant leader, who's a big imposing obstacle. The Joker, another mirror of Batman, but in a different way.
Yeah.
Superman, a big looming presence for most of it, and somebody who needs to get the message near the end.
Even Robin, I would say, did play the role okay
Josh.
in just like assisting Batman.
Yeah, there's just not much of a role there.
Yeah. And then I do like the Butler.
Josh.
Yeah. And like I must say, like even the newscasts do their job.
Yeah,
really
the
well in this
newscasts
movie,
are
'cause
great.
the newscast's point in this movie is to bring you more of the background of like what's happening in like
Josh.
the world, the city, all that, and even they like fill that role really well.
Yeah. We felt like Commissioner Gindel could have used a few more lines to explain why she doesn't like Batman.
Yeah.
But that's about it, really. It's pretty good, all in all. Personalities. So, basically, Batman and Superman have a personality. The Joker does too, to a degree. And the rest of the characters are pretty flat. Well, Jim Gordon has a pretty good personality too, but he's not in much of the movies.
Yeah. Problem is that there's a lot of characters, which
I like
usually means that there's less personalities,
Yeah.
but it's still pretty good.
Josh. And the
And
designs...
I must
Oh,
say
yep.
their designs are still like pretty unique for the amount of like even the mutants. Like I think most of them are not a copy of each other.
Well, in the big crowd shots there's copies, but the unique ones on the street are usually separate ones.
Yeah.
The big crowds have copies in them, because that's just what you
Yeah,
do for big
I mean-
crowds.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the one
But-
thing is I feel like Robin isn't... I feel like Robin just could have not been in the movie at all.
It would have missed a couple of things, but yeah,
I feel like with a slight
It wouldn't-
rewrite, it would have been
it
fine.
wouldn't have been hard to rewrite the movie to just not have Robin.
Important to keep in mind with our scores here, this isn't a more personality thing is better or a more role thing is better, it's just to show you how much of something is focused on in a movie.
Yes. Talking about focusing on stuff, consistency of the visuals.
Yeah, so
Which-
the consistency, it's not terrible, but like the car scene has pretty clear CGI in a different style in it. There's
I mean, even like within the race at the beginning, there's already two different visual consistencies.
yeah. And then there's scenes that have nice parallax of everything, and then there's scenes that have barely anything of that. So the consistency can leave something to be desired, but we give it above half anyway.
Yeah. The quality again is really good.
It's really good. Definitely. The quality
not
itself
really
is
much to
good.
say about it.
Yeah, not much to say about that.
Because I don't know, like these movies came out 10 years ago, and I wouldn't even say that.
Nice.
If you ask me how old the movies were, they've held up pretty well over time,
Yeah.
and yeah, they're just good.
And for the
And this,
And for the style, it's the style of the comic book writer. They translated it pretty well onto the screen, in my opinion. It's very blocky characters, very big, imposing characters. Everyone's very muscled, which is a style choice.
yeah.
I hear some people don't like the style, but that's a personal opinion thing. I like it. I think it's pretty good, and they stick to their style pretty well. Then world building, I'm gonna give this to Barry because I know too much about the world building to actually notice gaps that they don't say because I already know it.
I mean, you don't really. I know Catwoman.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't have known that was Catwoman without being told before the movie started.
Yeah, I think it's pretty easy to not know that Green Arrow is Green Arrow either.
Yeah, I mean, Simile missed Green Arrow. Simile
Yeah.
knows who he is. I caught on pretty fast, but you also told me that Green Arrow exists.
Yeah.
Because I completely forgot about that character.
I gave Barry a bit of a
As
rundown.
Ryan Reynolds specifically requested.
Isn't that Green Lantern?
Right, yeah.
Green Lantern is also name dropped, by the way. That's Hal Jordan. They say Hal went off-world at some point.
Anyways, there was some other characters.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it took me a while to catch on to the Joker. I'm used to live action Jokers, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, from the memes, the pictures. I went to see the latest Joker movie.
Yeah. By the I would get him immediately by the paleness of his skin.
Yeah, so it took me a while to understand that.
Mm-hmm.
And actually pick him out.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what helps a lot about like building the world out a bit is the newscasts, getting some information, you know, like getting information on Harvey Dent, Two-Face, like wouldn't have known that if it wasn't for the newscast.
Yeah.
So that's a way to fill in the world building a bit, and that's a pretty good way of going about it. The flashback to the parents dying, a great way to show that. Newscast also talking about that, I think, at some point.
They talk about it a little bit.
So that you figure out, like, you know, he has a butler, all that sort of stuff. Referencing to why Batman stopped being Batman, all that stuff. So, like, there is world building. It's not too high, but it's fine.
Yeah.
It gets you through the movie.
All in all, we gave this a good score. For me, this is some of the best of Batman in movie form. And for Barry as well, because he hasn't seen much of Batman in movie form.
True. We decided to not give this the novelty check because
It's just
it
a
is
normal
just-
movie.
It's just an animated movie.
Yeah.
Within Batman, like,
Within Batman, it's
if you would just be like doing Batman movies, this would get a novelty check mark because it's special and that stuff. But
yeah. You're joining him at the end of his story, and usually most of Batman is either at the start or in the middle.
yeah, like I didn't even know there was any like ending to the Batman story. So
Yeah, there's two endings. There's two possible endings usually for Batman. It's this, or it's the Batman Beyond Batman, which is in the future where he like trains up another Batman after he becomes physically too old to fight.
yeah, maybe we'll visit that at some point.
Maybe.
And our brow meter definitely went above half, but
Yeah.
not too far above.
There's
half.
a lot of like political talk and stuff to think about. There's no like dumb jokes and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
the moment you get away from like cheap, like fart jokes and stuff, you're gonna end up near half. Like away from low. But we're not like big braining here. We're not like
Yeah, you don't need to play 4D chess to understand the movie. There is
Yeah.
other movies that do that.
yeah, we're not Oppenheimer either. We're not Oppenheimer, we're not Code Geass.
Code Geass is definitely the best like example of 4D chess.
Of high
That's not even
now.
4D anymore. That's 5G.
Yeah. 5G. 5G antennas!
They've upgraded their dimensions to dimensions.
We recommend this movie though.
Yeah,
Set
we
of
do
movies.
recommend this movie. It may be long, but go watch it.
We'll see you
And we'll
next
see
time.
you in the next one.
Go.
Go! Good evening, Twitter. This is your boy Jim Jimson. Welcome to the Jimsdale Gym at Home. Hey guys, welcome back to the Atarangi. This is the scoring sheet. I'm Jimsdale Gym at Home. That's so funny.
It's also the end screen. We'll see you next time.